Want to dip your toe into the electric vehicle lifestyle, but still want the ruggedness of a Jeep? I'm auto specialist Tom Voelk, and this is the Grand Cherokee 4xe, a plug-in hybrid. It's both gas and electric. And the system is not an afterthought. This generation was designed to package the extra electrification. The EPA rates the all-electric range of the Grand Cherokee 4xe at 25 miles. Let's be pessimistic and peg it at 20. Plug it in every night, and you get 7,300 miles of all-electric driving annually. And gasoline is a lot more expensive than electricity. However, the 4xe powertrain is not inexpensive. The upcharge over the V6 is nearly $9,000. It's better compared to the outgoing V8 powertrain that 4xe effectively replaces, and there the difference is closer to $4,000. Dipped in silver Zenith paint, this tester has option packages like the Luxury Tech Group, Advanced ProTech 3 with night vision, and a screen so the co-pilot can be useful. This Overland model MSRP is for $75,300 with destination. Federal and state tax incentives may soften that pricing. Until it offers a fully electric vehicle, this roomy Grand Cherokee is the most efficient Jeep for hauling families to remote locations. It starts with a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder combined with 2 electric motors. The 134-horse propulsion unit is integrated into the transmission. In total, there's 375 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. On startup, there's little to no sound, and normally I rev the engine so you can hear the exhaust note. That won't happen here, even with the Turbo 4 running. There's some interesting packaging here. The front axle bisects the oil pan, allowing engineers to drop the engine down for a lower center of gravity. That's a new one on me. There are 2 waterproof batteries, one on either side of the drive shaft for a total of 17 kilowatt hours. They're mounted here, protected by a series of skid plates. The gearbox is an 8-speed. Manual control is done with these small steering wheel paddles. This says a lot about how capable this machine is. The $1,100 off-road group replaces Quadra Track 2 with Quadra Drive 2 that adds a rear electronic limited slip differential to the 2-speed transfer case. Quadra Lift air suspension that's standard on all but the base 4xe hikes the 8.4 inches of ground clearance to 10.9. That should get the kids to daycare. Of course, there are drive modes that cover any situation the Grand Cherokee might find itself in. And there's loads of information to help drivers cover tough terrain. Finally, 4xe offers some choice on what powers the vehicle when. Hybrid is sort of an automatic mode. Force it into using the battery pack first, or choose the gas side and use up the 19-gallon gas tank, 72 liters for everybody else on planet Earth. Why force the engine on? Well, if you plan on going off-roading, travel to the trailhead using the Turbo 4, and then once you get off pavement, you can travel on electricity. Using the electric motors, there's no sound. Roll down the windows. Listen to the tires. Listen to the birds chirp. Experience nature. That's off-roading at its best. Electrification works really well here. Consider that the ultra-capable Trailhawk is only available with the 4xe powertrain now. This is just light off-roading, but torque-rich electric motors are ideal for scampering up steep grades and climbing over boulders. Hard use will drop the electric range significantly, though, but the gas engine is always there to back you up. All the gauges come in handy on the trail, same with the camera angles. Jeep claims a high percentage of its owners take their rigs off-road, and I believe that, though I think it's probably more Wrangler than Grand Cherokee. Still, this does have some off-road chops, and I know firsthand. At the 2022 Mudfest SUV of the Year competition held by the Northwest Automotive Press Association, Grand Cherokee 4xe dominated the competition, winning in the electrified segment, mid and full-sized SUV category, and took home the overall winner trophy. It seldom ever breathes hard, even on the extreme course. It can take on 24 inches or 61 centimeters of water fording. Not all hybrids are low-performance slothmobiles. Let's move on to where Grand Cherokee will spend most of its time. Talk about a win-win. This is more fuel efficient than the V6 and more powerful than the V8. Yeah, I know, you'll probably miss that growl. But this will do the 0 to 60 dash in 6 seconds. The 8 took a second longer. Maximum velocity happens with both the electric and gas side working together. Now, if you're in pure EV mode and nail the throttle, the Turbo 4 will kick on, because essentially you've asked it to. Left to its own devices in hybrid mode, the 4xe system will maximize efficiency. The pack can be charged by the engine, but there's no efficiency advantage there. It's best to plug it in. Over the years, Grand Cherokee has developed a reputation for being very comfortable. This is the best one yet. It's quiet. At speed, there's little to no wind noise. With Overland standard semi-active dampers, it's a great road tripper. On pavement, the Grand Cherokee feels more like a crossover than a rugged SUV. It's very easy to drive, goes down the road without micro corrections, feels very much like the Land Rover Defender, which is very, very good. Compared to a pure electric vehicle, plug-in hybrids are more complex and there's engine maintenance, but there's no range anxiety here. If your daily driving is seldom more than 25 miles, or you can charge at work, it keeps a lot of wear and tear off the turbo 4-cylinder. Fuel efficiency is kind of what you make it. If you charge up every night, you can easily cut your gas use in half, and even if you don't charge up, this is pretty efficient. The EPA rates the average at 23 miles per gallon, but really, why would you not charge up? You paid for the system. 4xe cannot use DC fast charge stations. Using level 2, it fully juices in around 2 hours. Standard 120 voltage, 12 hours. Remember, the gas engine always saves your butt, so owners can skip the expense of installing level 2. There's no loss of space up front, and the Overland model looks pretty darn nice. It's trimmed out with high-quality materials, there's soft ambient lighting, yards of cut-and-sewn material, even the glove box is lined with mouse fur. As equipped, the seats are heated, vented, and offer up a mild massage. They're extremely adjustable. The wheel is toasty too. You can see the forest and the trees. Storage is solid with enough places to stash things. A decent trail snack will stow here. The Uconnect user interface is solid. For off-roading, the Navi system has a breadcrumb feature. Often used controls have hard buttons. Thank you, Jeep. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are wireless. Audiophiles, you'll want the 19-speaker 950-watt Macintosh system. The uncolored reference quality sound might be the tiebreaker if you're choosing between vehicles. There's no room lost in the back seat, even with the batteries under the floor here. It's roomy and comfortable enough for 3 average-sized adults, 2 if they're extra large. At the Overland level, there's a separate climate zone and heated seats. A pretty comfy spot. Storage is the same as any Grand Cherokee. There's an included travel charge cord. Smaller drivers will appreciate the power tailgate button location. No remote releases, so it's off to the back doors to drop the seat backs. In max cargo mode, there's nearly 71 cubic feet to fill up with camping gear. With all 5 seating positions usable, there's almost 38 cubes of storage, which means 10 carry-on suitcases will fit just fine. The 4xe powertrain can be had in Wrangler too. It's smooth, powerful, and very efficient if you plug it in. Check out the Grand Cherokee 4xe at your local Jeep showroom. It's firing on all cylinders, and then some. For the Seattle International Auto Show, I'm Tom Voelk.